some breaking news regarding all the rules and regulations regarding septic tanks, and I was quite shocked when I learnt this yesterday, to be honest. It's called Retrospective Planning Approval, and things have literally changed in the last 2 days. It was only by chance someone rang me up who was on the phone to the planning approval office, building control, and I went back to double check on the government website about this new retrospective planning approval for septic tank owners, and these changes are even bigger than I imagined. I kid you not. So let me just explain to you what all these new rules and regulations are about, because it's blown me away, man alive. Anyway, let me just get straight into this. So there's something that the government has introduced literally in the last 48 hours, probably the last 24, but I'm guessing 48 hours. Retrospective planning approval. So they've now given complete control and authority to building control. So whatever county you live in, the building control in those counties has complete jurisdiction over anyone in that county who owns a septic tank. That's number one. Number two, and this is what's blown me away, right? Everyone now who has a septic tank will at some time have to apply for planning permission. I kid you not. That's why it's called retrospective planning approval. See, basically, up to now, the law stated this. If you had a septic tank or soakaway that was installed prior to 2015, the government didn't want to know. That was fine. But now things have changed, and they're saying anything prior to 2015, the local building control now can deem whether your septic tank is worthy or not to be installed, whether you need a new system. They can now just tell you that you need to put a new system in or not. I told you these are some massive changes are coming, right? And it's 350 quid for each planning application to get planning approval. And so retrospective planning approval, everyone now who has a septic tank sometime or other, I'm not sure when, will now have to apply for planning permission to get approval for the septic tank and the soakaway that they've got in. So what will happen is, you see, this is the nuts bit now, right? You apply for planning permission. Let's say your septic tank is 50 years old. You can apply for planning permission. They'll come out, they'll have a look at your tank, and they'll say, no, we ain't giving you permission for that. It's 50 years old, it's tired. Can you see the implications of what I'm saying here? So I've made this broadcast not only to show you this breaking news that's come in, but I will show you the 5 options you now have. Seriously, right? The 5 options you now have, right, to remedy this situation. This is even more serious than I ever thought. You know, I've been in the septic tank business for 20 years. This, I can see where this is going, and this is absolutely crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. Just let me get my black pen here, right? So these are the 5 options you've got, right, that I've got as a septic tank owner, right? Number 1, right, and I'm not kidding, right? You could just ignore this, right? You could just ignore it. And I'm not being flippant. I'm not being flippant saying that, but some people, this is just doing their heads in, and it's making them cross. It's making them angry. You know, they think, you know, people are making things up. Just go on the government website and see this for yourself. So you could ignore it. And that's what many people will do, to be honest. They'll just hope that the building control office, but they're going to come around. They're going to make a lot of money from this. 350 quid an application. I'm not deeming building control, by the way. I'm not demonizing, sorry, building control officers. I'm not doing that. What I'm saying is there's going to be a lot of money to be made and lost here, especially if you're a septic tank owner. So number 1, you can just ignore it. Number 2, right, you can apply, right? So if your septic tank is 100 years old, 50 years old, they've been 10 years old, 5 days old, right? well, if it's 5 days old, then you won't have to do this. But what I mean is, up to if your tank's older than 2015, then you can now apply for planning permission. You see, this retrospective flipping planning application now means that your tank can become illegal if they haven't got planning permission for it to be there. This is nuts, right? So that's your second option, right? And that's going to cost you about 350 quid to do that. Option number 3, and I've been pushing this for flipping 2 years now, right? I've been pushing this for 2 years, and it's a serious thing. This is serious, man. Like, get yourself, right? You see, when the government inspectors come around, and they are coming, right? This is we're talking about 6 months away now, and they will come around, they'll knock on your door, and they'll want to inspect your system. They'll ask, have you got planning permission for your septic tanking? You need to get yourself a government compliance form. I'm not going to go into great compliance, or I've spoken a lot about these government compliance forms, but if you want a free government compliance form, which will save you a lot of this hassle, just go to septictank.co.uk. Seriously, don't mess around. I don't want your money. There's no con. I don't want your card details. Just get yourself a free government compliance form. Right. Number 4, right? This is the 4th option. Many firms are taking advantage of this flipping retrospective planning application now, and they're going around to people and saying, oh mate, your tank's illegal now, no, you know, and they're charging them 15, 20, 25,000 quid to put in a new biodigester and stuff like that. So you can go and spend 15 to 25,000 quid, right, on a new biodigester. I'm not kidding, right? You have to do it. You have to do it now. This is my point. Because of this in the last 48 hours, because of this retrospective planning now, everyone with a septic tank must now apply, or will do soon. They'll make it compulsory. It's on the government website. Will have to apply for planning permission. So if your septic tank isn't legal, the government will make you change it. Whether you like what I'm saying or not, it's going to happen. And they'll make you use, right, approved companies to do so, right? It's going to turn septic tank world upside down, and they'll charge you 15 to 25 grand to do so. Or number 5, let's see if I've got enough room there, right? You can get yourself, right, a septic tank converter, right? You don't have to do any of this, right? I'm not going anywhere with this, right? I'm just showing you your options, right? Number 1, you could just ignore what I'm saying. Just forget it. All right, yeah. Just, all right, fine. It's up to you, right? I don't blame you if you want to forget it. Number 2, you can just apply for planning permission right now, spend 350 quid, and get the planning control people round to see your septic tank, and they'll tell you whether it's rubbish or not, in the sense of they'll tell you whether it's compliant or not. All right, if they say it's not compliant, yes, you spent 350 quid, then they'll make you put a new system in. So that's the gamble you've got to take. That's the second one. Number 3, get yourself a government compliance form. They're free from septictank.co.uk. Don't mess around now. It's up to you. They're free. Do it what you want, right? You can replace your system, right, for 15 to 25 grand. You can go and do that if you want. You're entitled to do that. I personally wouldn't do it. I would put a septic tank converter on. If you're a septic tank owner, right, and you've got a septic tank, don't mess around now. Don't delay, right? You can, if you put a septic tank converter in, they're government approved and the government are pushing them, and you'll save 12 to 22,000 quid by doing it. This is serious stuff. So this breaking news, right? Just coming back to this breaking news, right? So all this is about, let me just tell you what this breaking news is about. Again, if you just joined us, it's called Retrospective Planning Approval. That is what this live broadcast is about. I'm still in shock about it, to be honest. It now means, it implies, right? Because they haven't, it's been passed by the government because it's on the government website, but it hasn't filtered down yet, right? They're not coming knocking on your door saying they're saying everyone has to suddenly have planning permission for a septic tank. It is coming because it's been passed. It was passed 48 hours ago, right? And so it's coming. And so this is the breaking news I wanted to share with you. Those were the 5 options as a septic tank owner you have to make your septic tank compliant as we're getting nearer to 2020, the 1st of January 2020. It's looming. So there you go. I just wanted to share that with you. So that really is breaking news. I've never actually had a breaking news kind of live broadcast before, but there you go. Look, if you want free help, if you want free advice, then you know where to go now. Go to septictank.co.uk, give me a ring. And if you want to save money, you want to do it simply, easily and legally and not get ripped off, give us a ring. I mean, it's free. It isn't going to cost you a penny. But listen, thanks a lot for watching this live broadcast. And I will have more. I'll do some more broadcasts on this retrospective planning approval later. Take care.